Hey, welcome everybody to episode 118 of the Game Junction Podcast. Mark, there's Brandon, of course.
How's it going?
So my camera freeze there for a second. I was like, oh, this is even better. I got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. I got some Nvidia news, some Spider-Man 2 stuff, Forza coming to PS5, shockingly. Not shocking, Dragon Age Veilguard, EA laying a bunch of staff off. What happens when you make a trash game? Just injecting my opinion there.
Yeah.
Obviously, a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about on a slightly early and slightly shortened episode this week. So, you ready to get right into it, Brandon?
Yeah, let's get right into it. Just shout out real quick. We've got Retro Stars Alliance came in here. Zapdos, Lugia, and Mewtwo were already waiting for us to go live, so we appreciate it.
Always. Yeah, but I guess, well, that does not want to load at all.
We already got technical difficulties.
That's not my issues. But apparently Nintendo's reviving a game that's been dormant forever. Unfortunately, whatever I can't read what it is. It's not pulling up for me. I just see the headline.
What is it you're trying to read?
What have you got in there at the top?
Oh, Ridge Racer comes in NSO Online.
Okay,
so new Nintendo 64 game. That is a Nintendo published game. So that's pretty cool to see. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. We just get like these random drops of these games, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, the more the merrier, pretty much. It's one of those games that I remember hearing about, but I don't think I ever really played. The only racing game I had for the 64 was like NASCAR 99.
What was that?
I think the only game that I had on the 64 that was racing was NASCAR 99.
NASCAR 99? Yeah, I had that too. We used to just wreck the cars.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all we did.
Don't you gotta turn around and drive the other way?
No, but this game's very fun. It's cool to see getting a new 64 game, and then it's just cool to see these random drops of these games. Like just last week, we talked about 4 new Super Nintendo games that came online. So yeah, I mean, it's cool to see another game, and it's pretty fun too. I played it again last night, revisited it, and just as fun as I remember.
Actually, I did want to make a quick little caveat. We did have another racing game, or I guess technically 2, because we talked about the Hydro Thunder like a week or 2 ago, but Rush 2049.
Oh, that's on there?
Yeah, it's on the 64. It's more of like a arcade style.
Yeah, I remember that game. That's cool.
Because it had a racing game. The more miles you drove, the more upgrades you unlocked for your cars, as well as there's like an arcade game where you just do tricks for like 20 minutes and try to get little certain coins and stuff like
that. Yeah, cool
difficult, but dozens to hundreds of hours worth of fun.
For sure. Yeah, definitely cool to see.
Remember, it's my way or the highway. There's no in between.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever Marky says goes.
Apparently the Bloodborne 60 FPS patch got a takedown notice from Sony, which is always unfortunate to see.
Yeah, I was just watching Asmongold's video about that, and he went over the whole thing because Bloodborne ran. Have you played Bloodborne on PS4?
I have not. No.
Oh, you're frozen. Okay, there you are.
It's been doing that on and off.
Anyway, the game ran like crap. It ran at 30 frames and would drop when fight sequences happened, and it was just like a really good game, but like had a lot of problems. Like it ran 30 frames per second normally, but then in fight sequences would drop below 30. So like a fan took it upon himself to try to fix that, and Sony takes it down. So it's like, what's going on here? Like you couldn't fix it yourself? Or is this a sign that like, oh, you're working on that, that's coming soon type of thing?
I Maybe after the fact because they've been embarrassed, but I highly doubt they're gonna spend time on this game.
It's a Sony published game. You would think by now that they would have already have fixed that, where we could at least, I mean, 2025, we should at least have 60 frames. Come on.
You know what?
At minimum.
They're not gonna fix bugs
At minimum.
when they remaster or re-release the original like Borderlands 1, like the ultimate like remaster or whatever they did, it still had game-breaking bugs of a memory leak that never got fixed.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. Speaking of Borderlands, what is the difference between the Handsome Collection and the other collection? I just saw it today for
I think
sale.
the Handsome Collection is just Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, the two games that have Handsome Jack in them. The other one, I'm pretty sure the Ultimate or whatever it is probably has every single Borderlands game in it.
Let me look up what it's
From
called.
what I remember.
Because I think it was called something like Chest.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure
Pandora's Box. That's the one.
yeah,
I'm
it's like
thinking of.
every single Borderlands game, what they should have done a while ago, because the Handsome Collection was just 2 in the pre-sequel. That was before they brought Borderlands 1 to the PS4 and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. That makes more sense. Totally off topic, but I was just wondering.
You say it's off topic. Nothing's off topic. Maybe a few things, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, here and there. Hey, what's up, Evil Tigs? Saying hello from Australia. How's it going?
You know, Australia doesn't exist. It's just a made-up land.
Oh, my brother lived there for a few years, so I don't know where he was staying.
Yeah, right. Nah, just messing with you. Appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to deal with this. Trade one video problem for another.
That lag going hard on Mark tonight.
Not lag, it's just freezing periodically.
Just freezes.
Yeah, Restream's a crappy website, apparently. It just doesn't like me.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know why you're putting me full screen, Brandon.
You're talking.
I mean, if you say so, it was we weren't.
You were talking.
Not really. We've been before, and I never did that. You changed something behind the scenes.
All right. What we got next?
Some more leak. I appreciate that, Brandon. More leaks about the Switch 2. About the size of it, the size of the box, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what I mean. My assumption was that the cases were going to probably be pretty similar, but it says cases may be 5.1 by 7.7 inches, slightly bigger than the current Switch game cases.
That's what I'd expect from probably a slightly larger console.
Yeah, but I don't think the carts themselves are going to be larger because it's got to fit the Switch 1 cartridges. So
no, I assume are we talking the actual case for the games or the case for the actual hardware, the Switch 2 itself?
No, like the case that the game goes in.
Oh, then I mean the case is small as is. Probably doesn't need to even be any bigger, but I mean who knows?
Yeah.
Unless they just want a large case, so they're gonna they want it to be able to distinguish from Switch to Switch 2. It could be a real thing. So a slightly different sized case makes a lot of sense in that case, especially if they don't want to like redo the whole, color scheme they got going on.
Well, there's an actual example. I'll see if I can actually pull it up real quick.
That's what I would assume is what they're going to try to do, just to try to avoid confusion for buying like a Switch 1 or a Switch 2 game for a Switch 1, where it's obviously not going to work.
Yeah, so right there it's showing what the size difference would be, which is actually bigger than I would have thought. But this apparently comes from a Brazilian journalist, Felipe Lima. Take-Two Interactive may have leaked the Switch 2's physical game case sizes on the French retailer side. So yeah, that kind of shows there what the size difference would be, which is actually quite a bit bigger than I would have thought. Realistically, I wouldn't have thought it'd been changed at all, other than like the color scheming, so you could tell the difference. It wouldn't be like red on the side anymore. It'd probably be like black or something like that, because a Switch 2, it's obviously got to be identifiable as a Switch 2 game. But that does show that it's quite a bit bigger, if that's the case. So
It's
that's
bigger. I mean, that's just the inflation right there. It's bigger with nothing else to show.
yeah, exactly. Whatever you say.
But I mean, at this point, we're just waiting for April 2nd. So it's what? We're almost a full 2 months out at this point.
Yep. 2 months out.
Probably a full 2 months at this
people
point because you got to
still
remember February is a shortened month. So it's like, what, 28 days?
Yeah, 28 days. Evil Ticks find it hilarious that people still think a game running at 30 FPS and below 60 FPS is acceptable. Peasants talk. So is the Switch 2 work with older Switch games? The French version comes with a side of garlic bread as well.
I assume it's going to come with the complimentary baguette. But
I will buy every Switch 2 game if it comes with a side of garlic bread. Yeah, it's funny. No, yeah, it is backwards compatible with Switch 1 games. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it was before you were alive or what, but we were just talking about Bloodborne. I mean, 30 FPS for a game like that, totally unacceptable. I mean, 2025, 60 should be the standard, period. I think that's minimum.
I think it should be a minimum of 120, but that's just me.
I mean, realistically, I think it should be higher, but 30 in 2025 is ridiculous. And you could tell the game ran at 30. It was sluggish. And then when you got fight scenes, you were dropping in the 20s. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, that game, it was a good game other than all that crap, So
essentially anything below 30 is just it's unplayable.
Yeah, JW Cruise, we're going to be talking about that. Trust me, I'm upset too. Very, very, very upset. What's up, Mr. Coffee? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in.
I don't know why you want to spend $2,000 on a GPU.
Hey, I sold off a bunch of stuff and I've been saving up for it for months. So
I'll wait till the 70 series. It'll be about the time I'm trying to upgrade.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend $5,000 on a 7090. That's where I'm saving my money for. Early adopter right here.
You have no idea how much stuff I sold off to fund that. I'm really not.
I mean, to be fair, I went from a 1060 Ti to a 4070. So just imagine that shows how long I waited between upgrades.
Well, it's funny because somebody said that the 4090 is the new 1060 Ti. That it's going to be the one that's going to last a long time, be able to run games for a very long time.
I'm sure there's like a 70 Ti or another 4070 or 4060 Ti that's going to be just as relevant.
Maybe a 4090 is
it's going to last longer because it's.
But I feel like it is going to last a long time.
The price tag needs to drop a little longer to be more affordable. The 1060 was nowhere near as expensive.
I mean, even the 4090 right now, you can still get $1,500 for it. So I mean, it's held its value pretty well.
The 1060 Ti had a launch price of like $300.
That's crazy. Boy, how times have changed.
I was just putting that out there that it was far more of a affordable GPU.
Yeah. Mr. Coffee said, no doubt 30 FPS is ridiculous for today, but honestly, haven't we been saying 60 should be the standard for years now?
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought we were saying that, but apparently that's not the case. FPS, rhythm beaters, driving games, you can tell when there's FPS lag. Yeah, I agree, Evil Tigs. I do not think the gaming industry can abandon 30 FPS. Something about 30 FPS is some safe spot for these devs. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely there's certain games where like you can really tell that it's running at 30 and like it's bogging the game down. Like if it's like an indie game and things like that where like it doesn't matter as much and it's not like a Twitch shooter or like you got to be fast in it type of deal, or there's a ton of combat or a ton of people on screen, like it can work. But it's like at this point in time, it's crazy. And the fact that Sony has taken that down either tells me one of two things. A, they're an asshole. B, they're working on a Bloodborne patch or a remaster.
100%. That's not an option.
Which one?
The one you just said, the patch remaster. That's not happening.
You don't think so?
No.
For such a big IP.
Maybe a remaster that's going to have the same problems. But
Because I mean, they
patch,
remade
no.
Demon Souls.
Well, how long ago did the game come out?
It's on PS4.
Yeah, so they're not doing anything with
Last
that
of Us. They remastered and remade.
That's also Naughty Dog just being stupid, but
yeah,
100%. If they haven't done it by now, they're not going to do it. That's where I stand on that. Where's the money in a patch?
I wouldn't say that. I could see him re-releasing on PS5 with
a re-release,
and
not
better
a patch. But even then, it's going to be the bare minimum. They're just going to bring it to new consoles as a cash grab, which means they're going to do very little behind the scenes to fix it up.
But that was the problem with that game. That would have been one of the big Souls-like games had it not had those issues.
Bloodborne,
people still love it. It still has a very much has a cult following. People love Bloodborne, but it had those problems. So it was hard to play for some people, and me included. I was like, this is terrible.
Don't we have the same problem with Demon Souls for the longest time?
Yeah.
To leave the PS3.
Yeah, and they fixed it obviously with the remake and stuff like that. But that was PS3. We're talking PS4 for Bloodborne. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, you can still play the game now just fine, which is why they're not going to put a lot of effort into it.
Play it just fine. I don't know about that. It's still got the problems. The PS5 doesn't fix the problems.
Oh, that's. I just don't trust Sony to put their best foot forward. Yeah, and they're only going to do what's an easy cash grab. So why do it if there's no guaranteed massive profit in it?
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not going to cut Sony any slack on that end.
No, me either. All right, what we got next?
Speaking of stuff getting shut down or not making money, Multiverses is shutting down because, well, obviously nobody plays this game. It'll go offline officially at the end of May on the 30th of this year, which feels like it'll only been out for maybe 2 years.
We played it when it was in beta.
23. Yeah, something like that. It's not been out for a long time.
Yeah, 2 years.
And outside of when it first launched, it just felt like it just kind of quietly went away after its launch window.
I mean, it's unapologetically a Smash Brothers clone, down to the T, but it just doesn't do it as well. It's got great characters, but it's not me wrong. They're bringing in a strong base of characters, but
it's not unique enough to differentiate itself outside of Smash Bros, which is just a better game top to bottom.
When's the last time you heard about somebody playing Multiverses competitively?
Never.
I think that's what killed it. It doesn't have a competitive scene. There's nothing keeping it alive.
I just think there's better fighting games out there that people would prefer to play. That's the other problem. It doesn't do enough that's different. It just feels like a cash grab clone.
Yeah, I mean, it's Warner Brothers games. I mean, this is what they do best.
They cash grab. If they did try to do something unique that was to them that wasn't just swapping out characters, it might have had a chance. But the fact that it looks and plays just like Smash Bros with different characters, it's never going to succeed doing something like that. You need something unique, a unique spin to it. It's inspired by another game, but it's wholly uniquely its own.
Yeah. And then Mr. Coffee brought up a good point that it's no fun with all the microtransactions, so that doesn't help.
I would say that, but that's literally.
But it is a free to play game.
That's every AAA game at this point.
It's free to play, so I give it the benefit of the doubt. It's got to have microtransactions to make some money,
but the core game has to be fun.
Yeah,
to incentivize people to go into the microtransaction store, and it's just. I'd rather just play Smash Bros at this point.
Evil Tigs, I've got a i9 14th gen, runs very, very, very hot. I think it's the hottest running CPU on the market currently. Mark, what do you have?
13th, 14th gen. It's an i9 13th gen. I remember the exact one it is.
I did the test.
It might be the one. It might be the 149. I can't remember.
It's crazy hot. It's very, very hot. Very hot CPU.
But that's every modern CPU because they're just getting more complicated.
Yeah.
The more they can do far more processing with the same amount of space, but that means it's doing a lot more, so it's gonna get hotter. So you have to get better when it comes to cooling it off and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't speak for AMD because I don't use AMD. I go Intel and I go Nvidia. That's just what
I've just never used AMD.
Yeah, but I do hear that the new AMD, which keeps selling out constantly, I saw an alert today that it went up and then it immediately sold out. I forget what it's called. Shoot, I forget what the subtitle of it is, but it keeps selling out. And apparently it's the best CPU for gaming specifically. But because I don't just do gaming on my setup, I do other work, video work and stuff like that. And it's also
I hear it's better. Eventually, the way the market's going, they're going to overtake Nvidia, but eventually, yeah, I don't. It's just it'll be a thing.
Yeah. So I'm
and
not
then
sure.
It'll be a back and forth. Nvidia will have to figure stuff out. Plus, they're trying to get into the corporate. AI is like a big thing, so that's what a lot of these companies are kind of trying to shift towards. So
for sure.
Maybe it's not Nvidia, but the whole Intel stuff. I guess I was trying to think of.
Yeah, for sure.
Ryzen
7
I'm all over the place today.
9800 X3D. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. It keeps selling in and out. It went up today and then immediately sold out. I just keep an eye on these things. I was definitely not in the market since I just got the i9 14th gen a few months ago, so I'm good.
Yeah, because
CPU.
Evil brought up about not having to overclock. The problem is the way they're designed. You don't really need to overclock them like you used to, like 20 years ago, to really get a lot of like the overclocking is far more negligible now. I mean, if you're going to overclock, you go ahead, but it's the same thing. You don't need like 2 GPUs. It's just not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like where if you wanted like the high end, you go back to like the 9080 or whatever some of the older cards are. You could get better performance running dual cards. I cannot remember what it's called. But that's just not a thing anymore because the single cards can do enough, and they're just the way the games are designed. They don't need it.
Yeah, for sure. I am not an AMD Intel fanboy either. Was supporting Intel for 10 years. Just what gets the job done for pricing. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, best value proposition. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, for sure.
And some people just stick with what's familiar, because at the end of the day, I think it's a better value proposition. But I mean, you could to some degree nickel and dime outside of the high end stuff.
My reasoning with sticking with Intel is that it is the best for like video editing and video work. AMD is better for gaming. So that was my whole deal. I don't just game on my setup. So.
Well, now you can be a fan of your own personal thick God of War.
Oh yeah.
Let me pull it up real quick. So they got a nice life-size plush coming out on the 6th. I have no idea.
That is so cool.
Yeah, they say 160 centimeters tall. I have no idea what the actual price on this is.
$319.
$390. Yeah, that's
in the article.
That's a pretty penny.
That's a pretty penny, but it is my favorite Pokemon. So it's like, not gonna lie, I'd probably drop that on that. Too bad.
Not gonna lie, if I was that desperate, I would.
Mark is visiting Japan pretty soon, so I might have to send you off with $319.
I don't know what I'm gonna have to mail it back.
I know, but it's the only way to get it.
What am I supposed to do? That in the luggage. I'd see if I could buy it online. That's what I would try.
Yeah, I guess I could try. It's pretty dang cool. I'm not one I don't care about plushies or anything, but because it's my favorite Pokemon, it's gigantic. I think it's really cool. Be cool to sit here in the back of the background. People be like, what the hell is up with this guy? He's got like some chick in the background.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty neat though, man. Japan, only in Japan. Yeah, there's some more images of it.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Actually, I can zoom it in a little bit better. What were you trying to say?
No, I was looking at the images. Pretty dang
well
cool.
designed. You kind of need like the actual person to really get the size feel of it outside of the first one. I think it's like pretty open, so it's designed to be put on like a little stool chair or something like that.
Yeah.
Some of the more product information. This is all Google, it's like Google Translate. So
160 to the toes. 160 centimeters to the toes. That's
so yeah, if you actually like the full top to bottom and stuff like that.
Just so you guys know, this is only for ages 15 and up. So if you're under 15, you cannot own a large God of War plush.
It's okay. We know what Brandon's going to do with this. He's going to take it to his own little personal cave and do unspeakable horrors to it.
Oh my God. All right, let's move on.
I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. So what was this going on with the new GameCube prototype?
Yeah, do you
Not
remember
new,
Space
but
World?
there's some with the GameCube prototype going on.
You remember Space World?
Not really, no.
So it's like Nintendo's essentially Nintendo's event before like Nintendo Directs that they used to do back in the day. So basically when they showed off the Nintendo GameCube, they showed it off at Space World and it showed off the prototypes. And it's like, how do I explain it? Like they're not functional. You can't use these, but it has differences from like the final design by not like much. You can look at it in like the images.
So it'd be good if you just want to mod an actual working GameCube into the prototype. Other than that, what's the point? Just to put on a shelf?
Put on a shelf, basically. Yeah.
How much are these going for?
$100,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's such a waste of money for just a piece of plastic.
It has a transparent lid and printed text. But yeah, these would nobody would mod and put a real GameCube in these.
It's a not functional console. Why would you spend that much money on it? Like, to me, there's no value in this. There's just zero value in it. You'd be better off putting it in a museum.
Collectors
belong in a museum.
They'd be wild. I'm telling you.
I mean, the stuff people are willing to spend money on.
I do like
I get it. It's neat. It's history, but like, it doesn't work. It's just a display
I'm into this kind of stuff like this, right? Like the price tag is ridiculous. But what I do like that they had in the design for the Space World GameCube that they didn't keep for the final design was having a little clear spot so you could see the disc spinning while it was on. Like it had on the top where the jewel was, part of it's cut out and it clear. So you can see the disc spinning, which is just kind of cool. Like a cool little thing they shouldn't have took away.
They should have done what they did with the old 64s, where you had like that clear see-through plastic on it, so you could see the whole insides and the disc spinning and everything else. That's what they should have done.
Well, you mean like the Fantastic models?
Yeah, where it's like different colors, but it's like clear see-through plastic, so you can still like see in the inside and all the inner workings of the GameCube and stuff like that. I think it just would look cool on a functioning GameCube, not a fake thing like this.
Yeah,
it's a prototype in design only, not in practicality of how it works. Because like if this worked, it was like an early design of the GameCube where there's hardware where it's not fully finished, but it still technically functions. That'd be one thing. You can still do something with that. And there's probably far less of those. These are just something they used to show off what it looked like at a big convention, and that was it. There's no need for it after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool piece of history, but it's like a museum type piece to me. And, obviously it's going to go to collectors that just want to set it on their shelf and want to look cool and say that they own it, and that's that. It's like a bragging rights type thing.
I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. That's
what it is. Yeah, whales. I mean, they buy up, everything. So that's just how it goes. Unfortunately, there's some of these people that have.
We can ban these kind of sales. When I am emperor of the world, I will ban stuff like this.
Alrighty then. Whatever you say.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I did say. I decreed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's another rumor that we might be getting another direct on the 4th or 5th coming up. I don't know what exactly we can expect from it. If we did get a direct next month, do you think it would be Nintendo would be show off any first party stuff, or do you think they would just hold that to the Switch 2 announcement?
That's a good question, because I think this would be what they're showing off kind of as the final stuff for the Nintendo Switch 1.
Yeah.
Like this is it, and then when we have our next direct,
I feel like the next direct, if we do get one more, this would be the last one for the Switch 2 direct, and I just feel like it makes more sense to show off the Switch and games that are going to be launching on the Switch 2 at the next direct, with that direct all in one big go.
You have a
than
feeling
doing
this
like
won't be
separate
Switch
directs.
2 related whatsoever.
No.
It's
So
just going to
speaking
be,
of that,
hey, these final
you think
games, we got a surprise for you. They're going to show some surprise of a game that's going to come out on the Switch that we don't know about.
we will get any announcement for Prime 2 or 3 out of this direct?
100%. I think we
Or
have.
we're just not going to get it. They just did one as a tech demo, and they're just going to
No.
go straight to 4.
I think we have to.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be unfortunate considering that the story, especially the story of 3, really ties into probably going to tie into the story of 4.
It's very
So
important.
why not have
2
it
and
on
3
the
are very
console?
important to the story. You can't jump from 1 to 4. I mean, you can, but like it doesn't
You
make sense.
play 3 at the very least. 2 kind of plays like 1 as far as the story. It's not self-contained, but the story itself is kind of self-contained. It's just the greater arc that leads into 3 ties into 1 and 2.
3 is very important story-wise. So
Yeah, it's really the first of those 3 games to really actually have like a proper story. Though at in my opinion, it was at the cost of the isolationist type feel that you usually prefer in a Metroid game.
For 2?
No, for 3.
For 3, yeah.
Because you're actually dealing with the Federation and other hunters, and you're jumping between worlds and stuff like that. Because Prime 2 is like by far my favorite Metroid Prime game.
Yeah, Hunters is my favorite, but I like Prime 2 probably second.
I just think it captures.
I don't know.
What
Actually, I go back and forth for
3D
second because I really, really, really like Prime 3. Like I really like it. I think it did the motion control.
I'd rather play Prime 1 and 2.
I really liked 3 a lot when it came out.
I don't like the motion controls in 3, or the forced use of the motion controls in 3.
But it works well. You can at least admit
does,
that, right?
but
It works very well.
It's not a game I want to play with motion controls, not for hours on end.
Well, I think they're going to fix that with it coming to Switch.
I mean, they have to.
Yeah,
but I just prefer to play it on a standard controller. I don't want to do weird motion controls for like 6 hours. My arms start to get tired.
Yeah. No. I don't think one related though, and kind of what's happening there at the end of the Switch, the final what is it, the final countdown or whatever it is from Majora's Mask. You have 3 days remaining.
Should put something like that together for the official Switch 2 Direct.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when it happens, right as the Switch 2 is announced, the Earth gets plummeted with a comet, and we never get to see the Switch 2.
Yeah, Mr. Coffee brought up a good point. I wonder if we do get another indie Direct before the Switch 2 Direct. I don't know.
I feel like we will get one more. So either this will have indie games in it, or I don't know.
It could be a combined one. They've done that before, where it's like
that would make a lot more
sense.
You're just feeling like with the timeline of it being about 2 months out, if you are going to get one, you'll get one more Direct. That's kind of probably going to be a shorter one and just close out Switch games coming out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
Like it just makes more sense to keep everything together for the Switch 2 and not like tip your hand on games and stuff like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, all right,
what we got next?
Hey, going, Palmer Froggy, he's hopping in. Appreciate you. But we did have some new PS games for the month of February. If you are on these or want to look into them, so it's High Life and Pac-Man World Repack for both the PS4 and the PS5, and then Payday 3 only on the PS5. Act now. You got a month to get these games.
Yeah, not a bad month. Payday 3 is kind of that's like the highlighted game there. I'm like kind of on it.
It's fine for a free game.
It's fine, but it's basically like it's a what's the game I'm thinking of? Situation where the game that's like Marvel Overwatch. It's an Overwatch situation where they went and closed down Overwatch, then launched Overwatch 2 with like all these features gone. That's what they did with Payday 3. It had like no features at all, none. They launched it with like there was like nothing to it. I was like, this sucks. Like this is bad.
And then people are like, what's the point of playing this game?
This is really bad. But Pac-Man World Repack. really good. High on Life, really good. So 2 out of 3 for me. 2 really good games. High on Life is a very weird, bizarre game where your gun talks to you the whole time and says crazy stuff. And
Yeah,
then,
I've seen clips of it.
yeah, Pac-Man World Repack is a really, really good remaster of just an awesome 3D platformer. So, like, it's a good month, even though I already own 2 of the 3. I think it's good for people that haven't gotten to play, and then maybe more people get into Pac-Man. Like, those Pac-Man World games are really, really fun 3D platformers. So,
Yeah. Because also it happened to dropped a few days ago. We got the new pack for Pokemon trading, or the Pokemon Pocket trading card game and stuff like that.
yeah, you want to talk about that
Uh,
a little bit?
yeah, we can real quick. Because it's I'm still trying to hunt down a few things and going to open a bunch of packs here soon. But I mean, it's always good to see some new
I gotta
stuff. The only
look at
thing that
what they're even
people
called. I forget.
yeah, the only thing people didn't like was the way the new trading works essentially. So essentially, if you're trying to trade a card of any value, there's like trade tokens and stuff that you have to use.
Yeah,
But I mean, I can't. It's a mobile game. These aren't actual real cards, and they're trying to make money here. This kind of
yeah.
makes sense on why they're trying to put a premium. That way, people aren't just trying to just mass trade to fill out their packs, and then people stop opening the packs or paying money for it.
Yeah, I tried to do a trade with you, but it didn't work for some reason. Just to test
We
it
tried to
out.
do it that because the servers were so bad. Like the game, I couldn't do anything. Like that first evening that it dropped, the
Yeah,
game wouldn't work for me.
I just wanted to try it out and see what happened, but yeah, maybe we'll have to try it again.
Besides, most people are going to get opening like if you have the premium version of it, you're opening 3 packs a day and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I just
Like
resubscribed
you're
to
going to be able to
Premium.
get the whole thing, and if you open enough of packs with the pack points, you're gonna be able to find the 1s and 2s that you have, because there's about a month or so between. It feels like about a month or 2, month and a half when they're
Yeah,
sets, and this is by far the like 100 cards smaller than Genetic Apex. So yeah, training's kind of a pain, but you're gonna get most of these cards with with just some patience and stuff like that. So
yeah,
they clearly don't want you just mass trading a lot of stuff for the rare cards. Mainly, it's the this is feels like it's easier to fill out like some commons and stuff like that. But if you're going for like the EXs, like the valuable cards that are either good for
yeah,
play or just harder to pull, they don't want you just like mass trading with a bunch of people just to get everything that you need.
yeah. Fair
So
enough.
controversy, but I'm like, it's a mobile game. Like
Yeah,
they're here to make money. This like I think your people are overreacting.
yeah. The tokens kind of sucks, but again, like you said, it is a mobile game and it is to be expected. So, what's up? Getting the tank now, and Palmer Froggy guy said, "Love you guys,
Always love.
appreciate it."
I know you didn't get a chance, but if you didn't get the chance for the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, you can go on eBay and get some scalpers who are willing to charge you a premium for it.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah, apparently there was one that was pulled down that was like listed for like $1,000, which doesn't surprise me at all. Someone's gonna
Oh,
pay
it doesn't
$1,000
surprise me
for
at
that.
all. No, I think it's crazy. It is
I mean,
absolutely
I
crazy.
wouldn't
My
pay that
question
money
is
for it,
like,
but
how can they even sell these? Because it's like linked to your Nintendo account.
I've got no idea.
So it's like, how does it work? So
I don't know how they
I was
verify
really
who
bummed out. I sent you all of them where I got declined. I was like super bummed out because I could have like a +1 if I add you under my Nintendo account. So like if neither of you, if you would have won, you could have brought me, and if I would have won, I could have brought you. Right.
Yeah,
And I assume you didn't win any either.
no.
Or you would have told me.
This
Uh,
is something you just go in assuming you're not gonna make it because there's
but
massive volumes of
the thing
people.
is I knew 6 people that got in, like personally, that I'm friends with. I was like, are you kidding me?
Some people just get
So like
lucky.
people are getting in, but there is like a wait list for, so there's still the opportunity to potentially still be able to go to the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, but now you have to get into a wait list if you didn't get in through the program thing that they have. So I don't know how the wait list works. I don't know when it goes up,
I wouldn't
anything like
expect
that.
anything to come of it, to be fair. Like,
What is it?
I'd expect less than good odds compared to if you didn't get the
Yeah, I
ticket
wouldn't
the first
expect
time.
good odds, but like there's still a chance. And if it happens, you bet your ass I'll be there and be covering the Switch 2 stuff. but I don't know how it works, how the wait list works and stuff, things like that. Oh, the wait lists are up right now. I'm actually going to go and join those while we're live. You can join the wait list right now.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm gonna do that
at least it's one of those things. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Maybe you can do it after the stream or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go and at least join into the wait list so that I'm there.
But on top of that, just because I know we're a little strapped for time today, there are 7 games that EA is shutting down this year, and the bulk of these have happened in January, so they're already offline. That's Roar McIlroy's PGA Tour. I can't say his name. Simpsons Tapped Out, Blood and Gory Immortals, Contract Killer Snipers, Deer Hunter Classic, Dino Hunter Deadly Shores, Eternity Warriors 4, Frontline Commando 2, Frontline Commander D-Day are all offline now. And then UFC 3 shuts down February 17th, EA Sports UFC Mobile 2 on March 13th, NCAA 14 March 13th. That's not surprising with the new games out. And then Madden NFL 21 on June 30th. The sports games don't really surprise me, and there's a few mobile games in here that they run their course. They're not profitable anymore. There's no point in having them online. You're just paying money for a server at that point.
Yeah,
none of these really jumped out as like really big titles.
no,
But obviously once it's down, then any online stuff that's tied to it, sucks for the people that are fans of these games.
Yeah, it does. It always sucks. It doesn't matter what it is to see, the stuff go down and stuff like that. But unfortunate, but it's bound to happen.
Yeah, it's like half of these are like sports games. You're like, okay, I could kind of see that when the new game comes out. Eventually, people just stop playing the older games. So you're gonna have to sunset them because even if nobody's playing the game, you're still having to support it on a server and pay for those bills.
Yeah.
So if it's not profitable, why are you going to continue to do it?
Right.
Apparently, the creative director from Helldivers 2 won't be involved in video games anymore. I don't know what you heard about this at all.
I didn't hear anything about it until I saw the news story, so I'm not really in the loop as to why exactly, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, Helldivers 2 was a success. And there's some stumbles along the way with like different stuff being said with community like managers and things like that, but I mean, overall, like a success. So I'm not sure what the whole context behind that is, but
yeah, you can see what he posted over on X, but essentially just wants to take an extended leave of absence. Technically, he said like a sabbatical. So for whatever reason, personal reasons, who knows, could have stuff going on in his personal life, needs to step away. Hopefully, he comes back and continues to do good work with, I don't know, Helldivers 3 eventually. Who knows?
If it happens,
when the PS6 comes out.
Yeah, if it happens. I
mean, or whatever.
You would think it would, but
or whatever Arrowhead ends up working on after the fact. So it's unfortunate, but hopefully everything kind of gets taken care of.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh. I can hit the right button. I know what I'm doing. Apparently, there's a rumor out now that the MetaQuest there's a new super premium MetaQuest headset in development.
Yeah,
like top of the line, 4K into your eyeballs. $20,000. I'm not making that part up, but
I was about to say maybe I won't hold out.
When they say like a new high end headset, what do you feel like they're actually working on, or is this just another step up for what the MetaQuest 4? That's going to be $1,500 or something like that.
I wouldn't say that much. The MetaQuest 3 is only like
200 pixels per eye.
500. I don't know, but I purposely held off on getting the MetaQuest 3 just because we are so close to getting a new one. Mark Zuckerberg talked about what they're working on for VR and AR on the Joe Rogan podcast. So like that solidified me just waiting for the next thing. When they say high-end headset, that either means one or two things. Either it means we're getting the MetaQuest 4 or we're getting the MetaQuest Pro 2. And if it's a Pro 2, I don't necessarily care because that's more of a That's more for like work and stuff like that. It's less about gaming. But if it's MetaQuest 4, that'd be cool. I mean, he was talking about some of the things that they're able to do. And they want to, imply like more haptic feedback for MetaQuest, so things are more realistic and stuff like that. So I don't know, but it's the whole reason I've held off on getting it. I really, really want to get a MetaQuest 3, but somebody talked me out of it. It's like the next headset's just around the corner, so I'm like, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
I'll just wait for the new one and then just grab it then. So
I mean, there's always going to be a new one. So if you're going to buy it, might as well buy it when a new model comes out.
Yeah, because we're already like a few years into the MetaQuest 3, so it's like, they've been being refreshed every couple of years, so it's obviously going to happen. So yeah, I'm just going to hold out for the next one. But I mean, it's cool to see. I like to see the development of the stuff. I think that obviously MetaQuest has most of the market for for VR right now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're doing it very well and it's very successful, and a lot of people have MetaQuest headsets. So they're doing it the right way, and with not having to be tethered into something, but also having the option to tether into your PC is really cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what they do, see what's better about the next headset, how more immersive it is, if it takes AR more into account as well as VR, because I think AR is just as cool as VR in certain circumstances and with certain games and certain things that you can do. So definitely looking forward to see what they do, because I do like VR quite a bit. It's just one of those things where it's like with the PSVR 2, you have to be plugged into the freaking PS5 or into the PC. It's really clunky, and it's just like, it would be nice to have just like a wireless headset there to be able to use and stuff like that.
No, yeah, I agree wholesale. Oh, you're doing something weird. We got some news. Pretty much Phil Spencer coming out and saying that exclusivity for like Starfield is not set in stone, essentially. Which more likely means it's eventually going to come to every other platform.
Yeah, let's go ahead and share the video that we've got here. It's about 3 minutes and 30 seconds long, so we'll just kind of show this and talk and react to
Indiana Jones has an exclusivity window, to be fair. Can you solidify that Starfield's staying put for the time being?
No, like I'm not, there's no specific game that this kind of goes back to my red line answer. Mm-hmm. Like there's no reason for me to put a ring fence around any game and say this game will not go to a place that it would find players, where it would have business success for us. What we find is we're able to drive a better business that allows us to invest in great game lineup like you saw. And that's our strategy, right? Our strategy is to allow our games to be available. Game Pass is an important component of playing the games on our platform. But to keep games off of other platforms, we don't think is a path that that's not a path for us. It doesn't work for us. What we're doing now, we think really enables us to build the best platform for the world's best games, because the world's biggest games are available in multiple places. And more creators are asking us, how do we stay connected when our game might be playable in all these different places? And we want Xbox to be absolutely the platform that enables that. We think that makes us unique. Most of the other platforms out there are single platform on single device, whether that's PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's a console. And we want Xbox to be a platform that enables creators across any screen that people want to play on.
I hear you. That makes absolutely perfect sense to me. I do think that some fans are a little concerned about, how should I say it, Xbox losing its identity, maybe? What would you say to address those concerns from longtime fans?
Well, one, I hear them. Right. I'm pretty active in our player base, and I'm active in the community. I listen. I think our identity will continue to evolve, which it frankly always has. But when I hear concerns about, is my library of games safe? Am I still going to be able to play the games? And I think over the years, I'm proud of the commitment we've shown to respecting purchases on our platform through back compat, through cross entitlement, Xbox Play Anywhere, through crossplay, things that we've done to enable people to continue to play. So I hear that. when I think about I see the investments we're making in platform and how we want Xbox to show up in multiple places and your library to be available there. When I think about buy to stream, so if I buy a game, I'll be able to stream it to devices. Like, this is all about making sure that your library of games that you own on Xbox are playable in multiple places. So I'd say it's an evolution of our identity, but I believe it's an identity that this industry needs. When you think about where this industry is now and you see the challenges, the business challenges that are out there for many companies, that I think us keep making games more accessible to more people has just got to be front and center for us as an industry, so we continue to see great games that we've seen over the years.
This video was made possible by patrons and YouTube members.
All right, so we kind of got the gist of what's going on there. What's your first thoughts about what he had to say, Mark?
I mean, it's the same thing that we've always thought of for forever, that it just feels like they don't care about exclusivity, and they're just going to continue the way of the Game Pass, which I don't think bodes well for a console long term, or massive success for the console. But that's how it's always felt.
I wonder, do they really care about the future of the Microsoft console, or do they just care about the future of Microsoft games?
I just think whatever's going to make them the most money, which is more the software side than the hardware, it seems like. Or at the very least, from what he's saying, just like they just don't care about exclusivity, which is usually what you use when you're trying to sell a console. You keep your first party games on your console only.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I mean, kind of correlates to what I've thought kind of the entire time, that they do want to focus on the software side of things, and that they're going to keep a console around. I do feel like we are still getting a next gen Xbox console, but it's not their priority. Priority is on the software sales. So they're giving you an option and a way to play those games via their platform, but they don't care how you play it, realistically.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole slogan of this is an Xbox, showing like all these different things that are apparently an Xbox, such as your Fire TV stick is an Xbox, and
I mean, it's
your
not an
toaster
Xbox,
is an
but
Xbox.
they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, Mr. Coffee said that Microsoft has no identity after 360. That has been its biggest problem for generations. I mean, I feel like the Xbox One had the least identity of any Xbox, even less than the Series X. I don't know how you feel about it,
Series
Mark, but
X
I feel like
doesn't really have much of identity either, because their games are all over the place. You can play them pretty much anywhere. So, like, what's the point of buying an Xbox if I can play it on my PlayStation?
No, but the Xbox One generation was just like, where are the games? Period.
Where's the games?
Where
now?
are they at?
Like, where are their games right now?
Hey, what's up, Lewis Stern? Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Legitimately, I have no idea. But I mean, it sounds like they know what they're doing as far as the software side of things, and like, we're going to get ready to dive into, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about it now. The Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PS5. So that's a big deal. That's a first party Microsoft game that has never been on another platform. This kind of like broke the internet today when they were talking about this, and I was kind of like, I thought it was a joke at first, because like this is one of their staple IPs. Like, people are, you know what I mean? Like, this is a system seller for Xbox. Like, this sells systems. There are people.
I mean, they already kind of went away with that with the
just
Game
for
Pass
Forza Horizon.
Yeah, they kind of when they started to go away with the Game Pass to PC, but if they're bringing like their major first party titles to PS5, I think it's regardless of what they're willing to say, it's the beginning and the end of the consoles for them.
Yeah, I mean, I would beg to say that Forza is bigger than Halo is now in 2025.
Dropped off a cliff. I wouldn't say Halo's
I would say like
your product anymore.
When I think of Xbox now, I think of Forza. That's what I think of first. So it's interesting. I'm sitting back as a fan of both the franchise, Xbox and PlayStation, wondering how this will go and what the sales of this will be like. will it be the right move? It could be the right move for Xbox. If it sells well, then more power to them if it's what they want to do. I think it's cool. You can wish list it now on PS5. I think I'll pick it up just for the sake of it being an Xbox game on PS5. I already got it on Series X, but I want to try it out there on the PS5 Pro and see how it performs. And just the novelty of being able to play it on a PS5 is just kind of crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty dang excited for it. Oh, Mark disappeared.
What's that?
He disappeared.
My camera was like half a frame for a while. I went to just turn it off. It was far more distracting. I don't know. The issue went away, and then again I came back midstream. So,
but you can go on the Forza website there, and it does show that that you can wishlist it now. So pretty cool stuff there. Forza is obviously a massive series and stuff like that. So I'm really, really cool. I'm really excited to see how cool this will be on the PS5. I think it's pretty awesome. So
it might perform even better than the Xbox. Who knows?
Your camera get fixed?
Highly doubt it.
Okay. I'm talking to nobody.
Yeah, no, unless you want, one frame every like 10 seconds.
Lewis said, how y'all feel about the Switch 2? I think we're both pretty excited.
We talked a little bit about it earlier on. So,
what is it?
That's it. You just missed. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. So,
yeah. Evil 6 said Sony had the chance, but wanted exclusive rights, not timed. This was during the early development stages, and then Microsoft got involved. And Mr. Coffee said Halo isn't a major IP anymore. It is not, unfortunately. As much as I would love to see Halo return to its roots, don't know if it's going to happen. So
not with the people currently in charge of it. Where you're not. I don't have faith in it. But I mean, that's like AAA gaming as a whole. This is people in charge that just don't know what they're doing and just are running everything into the ground. Because you can talk about it's a decent segue because Dragon Age: The Veilguard has had a lot of its developers laid off. I think the entire writing team for Veilguard was let go. The game lost money. Like, I don't know how anybody expected to keep their job after that, especially anybody that had any major like hands-on like decision making.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say because it's like that. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know.
I mean, they made a bad game. Like, why would you want to keep your? I'm more curious about who would be willing to hire you after you put out this.
That would be an embarrassment on your resume. You wouldn't even want to put that on your resume.
I've had 19 years.
It's like putting Concord on your resume.
I made a game that lost like millions of dollars.
Can you imagine the people that have to put Concord on their resume?
I just wouldn't put it there.
Exactly.
I'd rather have a gap on my work experience.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just says that some developers were let go. It doesn't really give us I'm
pretty sure a lot of what we've seen are from like writing and the narrative. A lot of people that were involved in that have started being like, I was like
the storyboarding stuff.
People that had involvement in the writing, like the narrative direction of the game, which makes sense. That's like where the biggest issue was with the narrative. I still didn't care for the art of the game, but I think the art it went from this dark. You look at
sales.
You look at Origins and Dragon Age 2, and it's still this dark, gritty story.
Yeah,
and it was a little less with the Inquisition, but it still felt like a Dragon Age game. And then this just completely felt like it wasn't even part of the same universe.
All right, I don't mean to be
outside of where it decided to
get fun of anybody or anything. I'm not like making fun of anybody, but I do want to read a couple of. They're not even tweets because they're from Blue Sky. But these are a couple of people that got laid off, and they made these posts on Blue Sky. Trick Week said, "I am now looking for a new writing and narrative position. It's been a privilege to work with so many amazing devs over my 20 years at BioWare, and I will cherish the memories of the wonderful folks in the community I've met along the way. Thank you all." And then Karen Westweek said, Hello, I'm looking for work, ideally in an editor role. It's been an honor to work with so many talented professionals and a pleasure to meet so many amazing community members. In my 19 years at BioWare, I'm so grateful for you all. I just want to point out that they did post these on Blue Sky. If that tells you anything.
I mean, it says all it needs. All I need to know, to be fair.
That tells you everything, right?
Tells me everything.
Yeah.
I think you just need to step away from games for a while. You clearly did not put your best foot forward in this game, and it showed.
Well, in good news, Sega renewed the trademark for Skies of Arcadia, which is crazy. So, my wonder is, are they doing something with this IP finally?
I'd assume so. At least re-releasing it, remastering, remaking. If you're going to renew the IP, do something with it.
What a fantastic 10 out of 10. I played this game on the Dreamcast and on the GameCube all the way through, and it is a absolute masterpiece. Just JRPG greatness. I would absolutely love to see them do something with this IP. I don't care if it's a remaster. I don't care if it's a remake. I don't care if it's a new game. I would just love to see them do something with this IP because it was a really, really good game. It was so good that they brought it from the Dreamcast over to the GameCube with additional content and stuff like that. Skies of Arcadia Legends, and it's just a fantastic freaking game, man. Just so good. So I would love to see like a revival of this game. Have you played this, Mark?
I have not. I mean, consider how old it is and what it came out on. It's just not a game I would have been able. I had
a GameCube.
Unfortunately. Well, it didn't. I don't think it came out on the GameCube, did it?
Yeah, it did. Skies of Arcadia Legends. It was the upgraded.
It wouldn't have been a game I would have played at that age, to be fair.
Bro, you played Lost Kingdoms.
Yeah, it's like one game.
This game's fantastic. I love rewatching the trailer. This is the dream.
You're also asking at the time I didn't have money, so like, if I couldn't buy it myself, I'm probably not getting it.
Yeah, what
Lost Kingdoms was a game that I got for free, so
yeah, such a good game.
Yeah,
takes a lot of there's a lot of anime tropes in the game and stuff too. Takes some like inspiration from like Miyazaki films and stuff like that too. It's such a good game, man. Such a good JRPG.
That classic like late 90s, early 2000s, RPG or JRPG essentially.
And it looks even better on GameCube. They like essentially remastered it and added additional content. So it just looks
look at this old
better on GameCube.
480p trailer.
Yeah, this is
like the original
pretty rough trailer, but yeah, the game's great. I absolutely love it. So that's really, really cool to see. Is your camera working yet? I feel like I can talk to a ghost.
I mean, you can talk to a still image.
All right, we've got Black Myth Wukong hits yet another incredible sales milestone. What's the milestone, Mark?
It hit 25 million sales. So obviously it sold the bulk. I think it's in the first month it hit about 20 million, and then a few months later it sold another 5 million. But that's still good sales for a new IP and a fairly new studio that just came out of nowhere. Yeah,
and this just got. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's about to come out, but it's coming out on PS5. So I'm going to grab it physically there because a game like this, I know I want to have physical because I know it's a good game. And it's that type of single player game where it's like, I want to have that physical for sure. I'm definitely going to grab that PS5 copy of this and play it. I've been waiting forever, and I damn near grabbed it on PC just so I could play it, but I was like, hold out. I want the physical of it. So,
I got it on PC, so
yeah.
But it's a good game and stuff like that. Is it perfect? No, but it's in the right direction.
Well,
I think it's one of the biggest things is
is
the art style of the game. So yeah, well, I mean, the Chinese developers are better than AAA Western developers, so
I agree with that.
That's shocking.
Yeah, I was just joking, of course. Yeah, I know the Chinese developers are putting out some really good stuff. What's that game you are looking forward to that's coming out soon?
I think I've got it on. I think so. I think I got on my wish list.
Yeah, I think it's called Wu Chang. I'm really excited for that game.
Yeah, it's Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. It comes out sometime in 2025.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to get a release date for that because I'll definitely be playing that on PC. That looks really cool too. It very much. It's like a Reminds me of Stellar Blade. I love Stellar Blade, so if I can get more of something like that, because that was also a Chinese developed game, then
No,
I'm
that
all
was
for
that
it.
was South Korean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. But I'm definitely really excited about checking that out. So
Yeah, the Korean and Chinese developers are gonna be your new AAA games because they actually deliver what people want, which is just
Yeah.
not ugly.
no DEI.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Speaking of AAA or quadruple A gaming, there's a rumor out that GTA 6's online mode will be available as a standalone purchase day one. So essentially, you could just hop into the online and not even play the single player game for GTA 6. Don't know how you feel about this. I mean, 100%. I think I've heard people talk about it. They could probably sell GTA 6 for like $40, and it's still gonna make bank because of because of GTA Online just makes so much money.
I could see this happening.
I don't think they'll do it. I think it'll launch probably at $70, but 100%. This game is gonna make boatloads. Not only from the game sales, but from the online and the whatever their cash stuff is. Because GTA 5 Online makes just stupid amounts of money.
Yeah, I could definitely see this happening for sure. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me because we were just talking before the podcast. There's a lot of people that don't even play the single player mode in games like Call of Duty, for instance. They don't even play the campaign. They just go straight to multiplayer. Same for GTA. So I could definitely see this happening. Makes total sense to me. So, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. But I mean, the $100 price tag though, like that whole ordeal, if anybody can get away with it, it's them because it's still going to sell.
But it's going to set a new standard for games that have no business.
Screen link.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on right now. It's just being stupid.
You got your Bluetooth on?
No, I don't.
Okay. Oh, you're working again. There we go.
We'll see how long it works for.
All right.
All I did was just open up more stuff on my desktop.
You got too many programs running in the background.
I have no programs running in the background. Elgato is eating up like 80% of my PC right now.
Why are you using an Elgato?
That's what my camera's plugged into. That's how it's connected to my PC. That's how I connect the camera.
Gotcha. That might be the problem right there.
But there's no other option other than that. Other than that, my camera doesn't work without it because it needs to turn a HDMI into a USB.
Yeah, that probably is the problem. I'm sure. Anyway, what you got next?
I don't know. Only on Restream is it a problem. It works fine everywhere else. So.
All right. Well, back to OBS next week. My bad.
I like Elgato. It just doesn't want to work.
All right.
Did you want to talk about the 5090 and the 5080? Surprisingly selling out.
Boy, do I.
100%. These are like botted by scalpers.
All right. Let me tell you this. Okay. I'll give you the full story here. All right. So wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I drive down to Micro Center. It's about an hour away. So I was like, at first I was like, maybe I can go there and just try to grab it in the store. Holy shit. There were about 50 tents set up of people camping outside waiting for it. So I didn't even stop, went right back home. Drove an hour for nothing. So I got back and there was still plenty enough time. They were going on sale at 9 a.m. I had all my stuff pulled up. My tablet, my laptop, my computer, and my phone, right?
Yeah.
Refresh I swear to God, the second it turned, I was staring at the clock. The second it turned 9 o'clock, sold out. Absolutely impossible. So people were saying it was like a paper drop. I think that's what they're calling it. Like it really didn't get released. It was like so either somehow the bots immediately bought it before it's even available for sale, before anybody could even get it, because I'm telling you, immediately it was gone. Like there wasn't even enough time to fill out the information to buy it. Like you couldn't even click on it. It was already sold out.
They only had like 1,000 they were actually selling.
So people were saying it's called like a paper drop or something, or a I forget what people are titling it in like some of the PC groups, but where like they drop like essentially none of them. So it's like it might as well have not even came out. Yeah. Might as well have not even came out because they're not there. There's no stock to sell. So it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I've gone through the PS5, the Series X, and all that stuff with all the launches for all those things, and never, as hard as it was for people to get in to get those things, I never had any problems getting any of that stuff. So it was fine for me. But as far as like the online store, and I had every store up on multiple devices, everything was instantly gone. There wasn't even a chance to try to buy it. Like you couldn't even try. So like it was just it was crazy. I mean, the only people that would have got it are, and apparently from what I've been told, I know somebody that was there waiting in line at Micro Center. They only got 5 5090s and something like 150 5080s. So I obviously 9 out of 10 people there were for the 5090s. So like a couple of people got them, and Micro Center did not carry the Founders Editions. So you could not get the Founders Editions at this Micro Center. So it was just the partner cards. And it was 5 of them. 5 cards.
It's like the first 5 people in line got them. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it just absolute insanity. Never seen anything like this in my life. Like, this is crazy. I've seen tons of lines of people camping out for stuff. I did it back in the day. I've seen, the crazy launches where it was really hard to get for stuff. But I got put in a queue immediately on Newegg for the 5090. Now in Best Buy, it was just immediately gone. Like I said, there was no, you couldn't buy it at all. It was just immediately gone, sold out. Every single one of them.
Like, well,
from the Founders Edition to every partner card, immediately sold out. So
if you want to, you can spend a few $1,000s if you want to try to bid on one on eBay.
Yeah, screw that.
Like that one, that's like $6,000.
I got put into a queue, and it queued me in twice, and then it kept kicking me out. Queued me in again, sold out. That's how that went.
So you're pretty much stuck with the few that got them are just scalping them like Mike.
Yeah, of
like
course,
mad.
Of course.
Somebody is turning a profit on these.
I mean, look at these prices. Look, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Go to sold listings though. Go to sold listings, because it just, oh my gosh, you gotta do it over on the left hand side.
I don't know a whole lot about it.
Go to the left, over, down. Down.
Is it all the way at the bottom?
Yeah, right there. Sold items. You'll check mark it.
Oh, there it is.
Look at this.
Somebody spent $7,000.
Crazy.
$4,000. They just have a screenshot.
That's on a partner card too.
Yeah. Essentially looking around $4,000 to $5,000, maybe some 35.
Oh, there's an FE 3200. Another FE 5500.
Oh yeah, somebody is making bank.
Crazy.
That almost feels fake. $400.
Well, a 5090 sold for $2,100. How'd they make any money after fees? It's already a $2,000 card.
I mean, it's from Germany, so I don't know. Maybe it's different pricing, different ranges. I have no idea. And this is eBay, so you're assuming this is a 5090.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of these are people are getting scammed like bad.
Well, there's a bunch of fake listings up. Have you seen the fake listings?
I'm sure I ran into a few.
Yeah, so like they're purposely fake to fight bots off. So like if you click on the listing, it'll say read description and listing, and it says you'll be sent a piece of paper that shows a 5090 on it.
Oh yeah, people do that intentionally just to make money off bots.
Yeah, to make money off bots. It's pretty funny. Yeah, oh my God. I'm still furious. I've still been like all throughout the day, even today, like refreshing, looking to see if there'd be a random drop or something, and nothing happens. Because there was like a one random extra drop yesterday that was gone in like a second, apparently. And I completely missed getting the tweet for it. I don't know. They said there was only a couple. There's something like 5 or 6 of them that sold, and that was it. So it's like you're fighting against millions of people that want these.
And probably millions of bots as well.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing, the bots. That's what you're fighting against, and it's absolutely impossible to fight against bots. I mean, when something is literally sold out within the second of refreshing the page, right at the 9 o'clock, that's ridiculous. And every single card is sold out, not just one. Every card.
I don't think
So
Nvidia cares because they're making money.
They don't
regardless.
care because it still gets sold, so they still make their money. They don't care. Whatever happens in the aftermarket is not of
Not
their
their
concern.
problem.
They don't care. It's sold.
So there's no incentive to stop selling them online to fight, because the only real way to fight this is to either make the buying process extremely complicated to where most bots can't do
But
it, or you have to
really
sell them
have
in
to
store
be that
physical.
complicated. There's ways to get around this. Like
They don't care though.
there's companies that have implemented ways to get around with the bots, like Ticketmaster. People that were selling with Ticketmaster, they've gotten around with bots buying up all the Taylor Swift tickets and stuff like that. So, I mean, like, there's ways to do it, but I think Nvidia just doesn't care. And to be honest with you, I think they're a bit of a slimy company. Sure, they make good products, but I think their tactics are a bit slimy because it's like, how many Founders Editions did you even actually make? Because, like, after that first initial point of being able to get Founders Edition right at launch, you can never get one again. Like, they don't keep
What's the difference?
reproducing Founders Editions.
What's the purpose of a Founders Edition, really?
It's their base. It's their flagship model, right? Like, it's their flagship sleek model. This is what they personally designed in-house.
Oh, 100%. They just let their partners make it. They just develop it, and then they probably don't bother.
Yeah, they do a couple of the Founders Editions, just a couple.
Because
After
there's no profit in it. It's easier.
That's why
to
Founders
just outsource.
Editions are the most sought after, because there's so few of them.
I feel like eventually they're gonna stop making them, because what's the money when we can just outsource it and just have them upfront all the costs for the manufacturing, and we can just make money on the back end.
Yeah, and then the other thing is the Founders Editions are always cheaper, right? Like, they're at the base MSRP when the partner cards, some of them go up to $2,800. I don't know if you looked at the prices of all the partner cards.
I'm never gonna get a 5090, a 6090.
Let me see if I can pull up. So yeah, I'll pull this up real quick. Show you some of the prices for some of the partner cards. It's pretty crazy stuff. Let's see, screen share.
Oh, he's almost got it.
Yeah. All right. So look at some of these partner card prices. $2,800. This Asus ROG Astral. Like, they're all above $2,000. There's only one partner card, Asus, that's the same price as the Founders Edition. And they're still all sold out. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was $4,000. It'd be sold out.
That's always some fun stuff.
Look at this price.
But before we go, because I unfortunately have to get out of here a little early. Spider-Man 2 having mixed reviews on PC. Did you ever play this game?
What is it?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I played on a PS5. Yeah, I played the PC version.
What'd you feel of the game?
I thought it was good. It was my least favorite of the 3. Miles Morales is my favorite, but it was still really good. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I was sending a message real quick.
Oh, you're good. Just
no, because apparently it's sitting at it's right around a 45% with over 1,600 reviews on Steam.
Yeah,
it's not good. Apparently the main issue is like every other PlayStation port out there, glitches, crashes, performance issues. Like, it just doesn't.
Sony play well. PC games, man. Let me tell you,
they for whatever reason just port like they just have the worst product to port. They're like, it's good
whatever
enough.
Team they have doing ports is not good, because it's like every other one is good.
Like I don't know who just decides like it's a buggy, broken mess. It doesn't work. Oh, we're still gonna release it. We don't care. Not take a little extra time to make sure it actually works. So when you spend $60-$70 on a game, you actually can play the damn game.
This is why I'm very much okay with playing Sony first party games on the PS5 and just
Or
avoiding
at the very least, you have
PC
to wait like a year
altogether.
to get it on PC, or because it's going to be broken.
Well, first
at
of all, yeah,
launch.
you got to wait a year, and then it might be a buggy mess. Like, I'll just play it on PS5. Screw that.
Well, you give it like a year plus. Eventually, it's playable on PC, just not when it first launches on PC. That's the problem.
But I mean, like at that point, like the game is old news to me. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of just old news.
Oh,
like, I don't
100%. A lot of these people already have it on PlayStation, and they just went on PC, probably to mod the game or do other stuff, or they wanted to be able to play it at a higher fidelity.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it launches.
Why else get Stellar Blade on PC if you're not going to mod it?
Yeah, no, that's fair. You know,
100%. There's going to be a fan mod that fixes this game before there's an official patch for it.
And they're going to mod Spider-Gwen in there. You know they are.
You can get they mod all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh man. Well, do you have anything else, Mark, for this week? I know we got to cut it short because you got some fancy business you got to go to. You got a date tonight.
Yeah, you wish. Yeah, let me come pick you up in like 20 hours. I drive over there.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Mark's ditching us early. We do want to thank all 59 people that are currently in here watching, though. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us another week. Sorry, we do have to cut it short and stuff. Mark does have something to do, but we'll be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time playing a video game. We're either playing Super Smash Brothers or Multiverses. I don't know which one we're playing yet. We haven't decided. Mark's got to let me know what he wants to play. Which one would you rather play?
I mean, if you really had to ask her, I'd play Smash. But if you want, I know you said you wanted to play Multiverses.
The only reason I brought that up is because it's about to be shut down. That's the only reason I brought it up.
All I can say is we still have 2 months. So
okay, we'll do Smash Brothers tomorrow then. Big jiggly physics for Spider-Man for the win. But yeah, we'll be playing that tomorrow. So if you are watching live, and if you are listening to the podcast after the fact, we are also live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing different games, something different every week. And of course, the podcast is live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are an audio listener, come hang out during the live show. A lot of fun to be had. You know, a lot of back and forth banter. Plus, you get to see some stuff that we bring up on the screen, different things that we show. So it's a little more fun than maybe the audio is. But we definitely appreciate y'all watching and listening. Also, if you're on an audio platform, be sure to either follow, like, subscribe, whatever that particular platform allows you to do. Helps us grow. And it's a free way to help. And if you're not yet subscribed on the YouTube, it's youtube.com/@GameJunctionMedia. And we will see you all